This video is brought to you by Jackery. Are you anything like me and you are sick and tired of your significant other refusing to go camping with you because all they can think is that they are going to be dropped off out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, left to survive by nibbling on creosote and moving rocks and sticks in order to build a makeshift hut while they just bake in the sun all day long and freeze to death at night? Instead of sending your significant other out to die like a barbarian trying to live by their wits, introduce them to glamping with the Jackery. Jackery was founded in California in 2012 and is a pioneer of the solar generator industry and a global top-selling solar generator brand recognized by the New York Times, Forbes, and over 100 authorized media organizations globally. Jackery is setting to launch the Solar Generator 1000 Pro that consists of a Jackery Explorer 1000 Pro portable power station and 200 watt and 80 watt panels at the IFA Expo 2022 in August 31st. The new model is fully upgraded from Jackery's most popular product, the Jackery Solar Generator 1000. As Jackery's fastest solar wall recharging generator, the 1000 Pro features industry-leading clean energy capture and charging rates, all-round safety, and power on the go, and supports PD fast charging. This allows you to enjoy endless green power absolutely everywhere. The official launch date is August 31st at IFA Expo in Berlin, Germany. There will be a pre-sale of the new generator starting on August 31st. It will officially be available on September 15th. The first 300 buyers will receive a Jackery gift, such as a bag, E240 or E300. So instead of going camping in the middle of nowhere, bring all your electronic products and use them continuously with the Jackery so your partner doesn't kill you in your sleep. Check out the link in the description box below, and thank you so much, Jackery, for being awesome. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. What is going on, YouTube? So today I am barbecuing, and I'm going to show you how this meal comes out to. It's going to be 4 meals for about $6. So you can do the math, $1.50 per meal. So what we've got here is just 3 potatoes, doing in there with some leftover bacon grease, and we're getting those cooked. We've got our steak, and I actually have to pull this. Oh, shoot. Okay, I threw it away. So I threw away the plastic wrapper, but it was $10.63, a manager's special. It was that, and this. So that's half of it over there. So that was $10.63, so it comes out to like $5.30 for half of it. And that's the most expensive part of our meal. And I'm heating up the coals right now. We're going to put it on in a few minutes. One quick way I do this so I don't waste is by putting the barbecue sauce in like a different container, because if I just leave it in the barbecue sauce like this, then whenever I go to put it on the meat when it's cooking, half of it goes into the charcoals anyway. And then using my good old trusty brush, you can also add things, like you can add soy sauce or steak sauce, or even ketchup if you want. Not a lot, you know, not a whole lot, but it's kind of like putting water in your shampoo and conditioner. You're just extending it a little bit more, just a little bit. And that's only if you want. That's personal preference. And I'm just curious, is anybody else getting their potatoes at the grocery store slightly greener than usual? Just saying. So using this and the brush, instead of just dumping it on, makes you use just what you need and nothing more. So you can save more barbecue sauce for the next barbecue. All right, so this is how I do it. First of all, this is what a typical meal served at a barbecue is gonna look like. You've got a 12-inch plate, you've got a big slab of meat, you got your potatoes, and you got your green beans. That is not the way to do it. First and foremost, I use 9-inch plates, which are the plate sizes that they used to use back in the 1950s. So this is the most important step. This is the meat. This is what meat looks like cooked. I'm sorry if it looks bad. Okay, so we take the meat, and instead of doing it with a big slab of meat right on the plate, we're gonna take this meat and we're gonna cut it into slices. Some people like their meat well done. Some like it rare. And this gives everybody the option of having whatever kind of meat they want. But it also does another purpose, and I'll show you that in a minute here. Because presentation is everything, folks. All right, so that was from the other piece of meat. So I'm just gonna show you guys something real quick. When you take your meat and you go like this, it makes the meat pretty much double in size. Okay, so now to your eyes, it doesn't have more ounces, it doesn't do anything like that, but it doubles in size. Now, if we cut it long way, it doubles again. For your eyes, okay? So we just cut this one thing the long way and the short way. Now we're gonna put it on our normal plate, like so. You go ahead and laugh, but this works, I'm telling you, especially with teenagers and kids. Okay, then we're gonna take our potatoes and green beans. Same potatoes and green beans we had on a standard 12-inch plate, same ones. Okay? Presentation is everything. Now on the 12-inch plate, it looked a little bit like, and look at all the extra meat we've got. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra pieces. And it looks like the same amount of steak on a plate. Okay, I know that seems silly, but it's a 9-inch plate instead of a 12-inch plate. You've got plenty of steak taking up half the plate just like it did on the 12-inch. And you've got a perfectly good amount of food. You could probably even take away a slice or two. And it still looks like more meat just because of the way that you cut it. And that turns one slab of meat, one piece of meat into 2 meals. So you've got 2 here. So you've got 6 pieces here and you've got 6 pieces down here. That just cut it in half. And then we take the other half and we do the same thing. And that makes 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with this meat, I'm actually gonna be making a different meal. This is going to go into my steak wraps. So when I make a steak wrap, I will go ahead and show you what I do. But the steak wraps need even less meat. But this is how you get a steak meal for approximately $1.25, okay? And nobody's leaving hungry, I think that here in America, we all know that we eat too much. We all know that we have too much processed meat, too many everything, too much sugar, all that stuff. And I'm guilty of that too, totally. I'm totally guilty of that. But just switching to a 9-inch plate and cutting your meat this way is going to make your guests feel full, taken care of. And even if you're eating this all yourself, it is a totally full meal. And it's like all the pyramid stuff. So there you go. All right, so I just took 2 simple slices of the steak, just 2 slices of it. First of all, I ate the meal you saw, and then there's my 2 other meals. And then this might make 1 or even 2 meals, I'm not quite sure. So this is how I make my wraps. So I take the whipped cream cheese spread. Some people prefer to use a bean spread or a hummus, and I agree with that when you're making things with chicken or a lot of lettuce, cucumber type stuff.
but I just find that the whipped cream cheese spread and the steak goes really well together. And you just want to put it on your tortilla because this helps make the tortilla stick together and it doesn't open up while you're eating it. And it doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to cover the whole surface. And whipped cream cheese, you can use regular cream cheese, but the whipped cream cheese just spreads easier. And then here's some of our steak. Yeah, this is gonna make 2. And then this is some red bell pepper and onion that I had left over. And I used to add also cheese. The cheese, shredded cheese. I used to add shredded cheese, but I stopped doing that because it just came out to be too cheesy. But yeah, so you do this. You do this. And then it's gonna stick together real nice. And then again, it's always about presentation. Where's my knife? So instead of cutting, you don't want to cut straight, cut sideways. It just makes it more fancy. And you can also put lettuce on top of the whipped cream cheese. I just didn't have any. I don't have any lettuce right now. I have spinach, canned spinach or mixed greens, but in a can, but I don't have any right now. So this makes for a really good snack. And if you were to add like an apple or a pear, that's a full lunch right there. Let me see if I've got, oh yeah. I've got watermelon. So yeah. So that'll be my lunch, watermelon and a wrap, and I have enough to make 2. So that's, I ate a meal, that's a meal, and then I'm gonna make 2 meals. Give me a second. Boom. So most of it's just leftover stuff I had in the fridge. Most people have onion. Most people have a bell pepper or some tortillas or bread or something. So went ahead, I ate a meal, I had 2 extra meals, and then I made another 2 meals. So that's 2, 4, 5 meals for about, I'd say $12. I'm maybe 13, $12 or $13. So you're looking at $1.50 or less per meal. You just got to make sure that you don't overfeed yourself. Don't use a huge slab of meat, you know, and then use those extra meat pieces for other meals. So there you go, folks. I'm pretty happy with that. I got 5 meals out of it. That's, hey, if you can do better, you should have a channel too. All right, do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out. Do you want some watermelon? Is that what you want? He's afraid of bubbles, you guys. I bought a container of bubbles. $0.50 at Walmart, right? Let's see if he runs away from it this time. Hold on. Yep. Okay. Yep. Bye. Bye, Mr. Scared of Bubbles. I know you put fear into the heart of your enemies with that scary face, and you run away from Bubbles. Love you.